Welcome to Downtown Cafe. Please subscribe to our channel and also turn on your notification bell in order to get our latest updates.
When I was fighting in Makizars, I was not killing people because I knew these are my people. I'll be with them tomorrow. I was not burning their houses, their compound, no, or their farms. I'll be with them tomorrow. They should understand that I'm their father, a very sympathetic father who will bring back his children.
Dr. Colonel Hans Anagho, a retired senior military official who served Cameroon, Nigeria and the entire continent of Africa, has said the approach to resolve the Anglophone crisis by the regime in Yaounde is not the best. He is one of the top military commanders who led the fight against the makizars in the West region in those days. Speaking on My Media Prime TV, His Royal Highness Dr. Colonel Hans Anagho said he never killed the rebels because he knew that they were his brothers. He equally said that the call for separatist fighters to drop their arms for peace to return wasn't genuine. Please stay tuned and listen to part of his exclusive interviews with My Media Prime TV.
His Royal Majesty Dr. Colonel Hans Anagho is a retired senior military official in Cameroon who played a big role in stopping the 1984 coup.
The war, Northwest-Southwest, is a different war because people have failed to understand the Northwest and the Southwest. Why are we fighting?
With his military experience, Dr. Colonel Hans Anagho believes in love and reason. He has an advice on what needs to be done to end the conflict in Cameroon.
I talk to them that if a father is angry with the children, he will beat them, but he will not kill them, his children. He will not drive them away from his compound. And when they start crying, he will bring them back. Say, Asha, don't cry. Because you offended me. I'm angry. So I said, Paul Biya can do the same thing. He has beaten his children. He can come now and say, I'm sorry, my children. You committed errors. That's why I beat you. But you're my children. I cannot give you another father. I'm your father.
But what does he think about President Biya's request for the separatist fighters to drop their arms?
If he said genuinely, they could have come back. Genuinely. You are talking to adults. Genuinely, with his heart.
His Royal Majesty, in an interview you accepted playing a vital role in restoring peace to Cameroon by being deeply involved in the war against makizars. What is your specific advice to the military and to the government of Cameroon in the handling of the ongoing crisis in the Northwest and Southwest for it to come to an end?
You have touched something which Cameroon has always done on me. I finished the coup d'etat in Sanagamartin. I finished in the Mungo. I finished in Bagante. I finished in Bafusa.
The makizars.
The makizars. And I never, ever like to kill makizars because I knew they were my brothers. And that if they stay alive, they will work with me. I will lay an ambush. When they come, we'll just let them hands up and they follow me. If we came to Bagante, in those days when I was commanding there, the man sweeping the yard is an ex-makizar. The cook, makizar. The man carrying water, makizar. And I got them and sent them back to their various families through the DO, through the gendarmes. I didn't send any to the BM to be killed, no. And through that, I had a lot of what the French call radier. I had so many people who came out saying that Langlola in tupa. Et vous renvoie à vos parents in tupa. I got so many people who came out surrendering with their weapons and very easily I sent them back to their homes.
Do you think His Royal Majesty Dr. Colonel Hans Anagho that this particular war tactic, can be used in ending the war in the northwest and southwest of Cameroon?
The war, northwest, southwest, is a different war because people have failed to understand the northwest and the southwest. Why are we fighting? There are two generals here. I recruited them to the army when I was commanding. Training called Komesi. When we meet, they said every time they meet in their various groups, they pray for me first. Because I recruited them, I trained them. And somebody say, look at how he looked at us when we were young people in the army. How can it come that we are fighting? Some of them don't understand why they are fighting. It's now they don't understand. At first they were just crazy and go for and go on and go on. But now they are coming to reason. Why are we fighting? When I was a diplomat for 10 years, we would stand up and speak English and French. The other countries were jealous. The other countries African countries were very proud. So an African country which comes to us with these two languages and their workers work in ease, in peace, in harmony, in love. How come they start fighting against themselves?
Majesty, Dr. Colonel Hans Anagho, thank you once more for this interview. What you think can be done by the President of the Republic to put an end to the crisis in the Northwest and Southwest?
Yes, when the war started, we had a meeting here, and the funds were sent back to talk to their people. I went back. I didn't leave my village because of the war. I had a heart surgery in Shishong. So they told me I should stay near a doctor. So the war made me here, and I've never gone back, except when we were sent back after a meeting to talk to people. So I got the principals of my schools, I got the pastors, I got the quarter heads and the elders. And I talked to them that if a father is angry with the children, he will beat them, but he will not kill them, his children. He will not drive them away from his compound. And when they start crying, he will bring them back. Say, Asha, don't cry. Because you offended me. I'm angry. So I said, Paul Biya can do the same thing. He has beaten his children by killing some. He can come now and say, I'm sorry, my children. You committed errors. That's why I beat you. But you are my children. I cannot give you another father. I'm your father.
Is that not what he did by calling on them to lay down their arms? Do you think that is also something positive?
If he said genuinely, they could have come back. Genuinely. You are talking to adults. Genuinely, with his heart. And one thing which annoyed people is, I tell the young officers, when I was fighting in Makizars, I was not killing people because I knew these are my people. I'll be with them tomorrow. I was not burning their houses, their compound, no, or their farms. I'll be with them tomorrow. They should understand that I'm their father, a very sympathetic father who will bring back his children. And they will be together again. But the way they said it, I talked to so many of them. They didn't like it. They were talking no more of the war. They were talking rather of the relationship. Do we live with you as our father? or we should live separately. That has been very difficult to answer. Now they say is the diaspora. And cause the people, and one thing which I learned about our people, the Cameroonian soul, is that they don't love themselves. They love money. They don't love themselves.
His Royal Majesty, we are about to end the interview. What is your general word of advice to Cameroonians for more unity and also for the unity of Africa?
You know one thing? One thing I love in my life is that I was exposed to speak English and French at the United Nations. The thing I learned, I started from Form 1 in Bali College. And I studied again in France. I'm happy I was exposed to stand up and make a speech in French and make a speech in English. I made my country then. See where I put it then. I made my country then proud of me, their child. Now I don't know whether I have a country or not. I don't know. I don't know. I have suffered for this Cameroon. I've given my life to make sure that we are fine. But people behind still call me Biafra. They still call me Nigerian, which is very painful, extremely painful. I'm a Cameroonian, born in Cameroon. In fact, it used to be one division called Bamenda.